The first season of Kimetsu no Yaiba was simply put fantastic. Now, the second season, titled Mugen Ressha, is actually a recut version of the movie that came out with the same title, Mugen Ressha. Now, does this season bring enough to the table to stand on its own two legs, or should you skip it altogether? Let's have a look in this review. Igeze. So, as I stated, this second season, Mugen Ressha, is actually the recut version of the movie that came out. First question is, does it add something new? Fortunately, yes, it does. I'm not going to say there's a lot being added here, but the first episode, which actually shows us how Rengoku-san was able to board the Mugen Ressha or the Mugen train. So that was actually added, that was not in the movie, was specifically added for this season. And that takes up, if my recollection is correct, about one full episode. Now, is it a worthwhile addition? In my opinion, absolutely. We get to learn a little bit more about Rengoku-san. We see him in action as well, and it actually makes the story or a bit fuller, in my opinion, even though I must admit the movie in and of itself was absolutely gorgeous, fantastic, impeccable writing. During the movie, at certain points, I had to hold back my tears, my wife as well. We were so taken in by this movie. This was so incredibly well done. The writing, everything. It was my favorite anime movie from that year, and favorite movie overall, I should say. So this extra episode, so to speak, at the beginning of the season, gives us a little bit more background story. It gives us a little bit more insight in how Rengoku-san got on the train, because in the movie he was already on the train when Toshiro and company boarded it. So definitely a welcome addition. Very well produced as well. You don't see any difference in quality. At least I couldn't tell any difference in quality between that episode and the episodes that are actually the cut-up parts of the movie. So in that regard, very good job by Ufotable. They did a great job there. It flows well together. Clearly, this was all thought out from the onset that they were going to add that episode. So it all flows together really nicely. The writing flows very well. It's not like there's abruptly a jump from that episode to the other episodes. It flows nicely together. Animation is the same quality as well. So definitely in that regard, no bad remarks, and definitely a worthwhile addition to the story. That being said, it's one episode that's that adds some new information. All the other episodes are actually shot per shot, the movie that has been recut. So is it worth watching this season, especially taking into account if you have seen the movie? Now, first of all, let me say, if you haven't seen the movie, absolutely. Absolutely, this is the continuation of the Kimetsu no Yaiba story. You have to watch this to get from season 1 to season 3 anyway. And aside from that, it's a fantastic story. So why would you skip it? So if you haven't seen the movie, there's no question there. Quality is top-notch. Writing is top-notch. Very moving moments, more than once in there. As I said, to the point that I was almost brought to tears, and my wife as well. We were really sitting at the edge of our seats. So it's simply something you have to experience. For those that have seen the movie, it's a little bit a different story in that sense. Aside from that first episode, you're not getting anything really new. Of course, you have the new opening theme, ending theme, and so on. So that's definitely also high quality work in there. So worth to have watch. But should you watch it the entire season again if you have seen the movie? In my opinion, normally I would be inclined to say no, just skip it. You've already seen the story, you know what happened, You can just move on to the next season once it's out. However, in this case, and I must say this really speaks to the fantastic quality of Kimetsu no Yaiba, I would say watch it again. Watch it again. Yeah, that's what I did, and I really, really didn't regret it, because I've experienced the story as a movie, which gives it a certain dimension, because everything is in one sitting. There's a certain flow to it. People who were able to watch it in theaters, it of course makes it even more grandiose. But watching it again, cut up in parts, and I must say the way they cut up the episodes was very well done. You have some cliffhangers as well for people who haven't seen it yet. It's not like there are some weird cuts here and there. No, it really looks actually like a season, the way a season should look. And for me, it was a way to re-experience that fantastic story all over again in a different way. And in that regard, I think, yes, even if you have seen the movie, it's worth watching it again as a series. Now, regarding the quality, I've already spoken to it. The writing, first of all, is incredible. I don't want to use hyperbolic language here, but to be honest, Kimetsu no Yaiba, even though I'm a manga and anime fan for many, many years, going back to the late 70s even, but Kimetsu no Yaiba was able to ring itself into my top 10 of anime all time. That's a huge feat, considering there aren't all that many episodes out yet. But it's just so wonderful. It's such a heartfelt story. I already said it about the first season, and the quality keeps being as high as it was there. The writing is just so fantastic. And what's really amazing, and at least when I took a step back, I thought about it. Spoiler alert. Now skip a couple of seconds ahead. If you don't want to hear this or you haven't watched it yet, but Rengoku-san dies, and in this movie, the character that dies impacted me more than, for example, a character that I've known for various movies. For example, if I look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the death of Tony Stark didn't bring me to tears. It was well executed, but it didn't bring me to tears, even though I have gotten to know the character over a relatively long period of time. And here you get a character that you haven't known for so long, but they hit exactly the right notes. In a short amount of time, they give you that very deep, complex background to that character. You can really discern from there what his motivations are, and the way he's so straightforward, courageous. It just hit me a lot harder than that's in other series or movies. And that is an incredible feat. And that really speaks to the mangaka, to the author who writes the story. This is fantastic writing. Some unexpected turns and twists that I didn't see coming. Tanjiro as well. The way he deals with the demon that puts them to sleep. And the way he's able to get out of that dream each and every time in so many rapid successions, every single time, having to leave, in a certain sense, his family behind, wanting to stay in the dream, but knowing it's not real, and realizing that he has to move forward. That is fantastic writing. All the characters, they all shine in their own way. The enemy as well, the Oni, the demon they're facing, has you can feel he has his own goals, his own plans, his own path that he wants to go. And then, for him, the heroes are actually a block in his road. And I'm not saying you feel for him, but you understand his motivations. And then the later demon that shows up, the later Oni that shows up, which is actually Jokyu, top class, one of the top 10, without spoiling too much, is on a completely different level, and that makes also for some fantastic action scenes, great fighting, great choreography in there, the special effects, everything was fantastic. That brings me to the animation, and there I have to say, season 1 was incredible, the movie was incredible, well, this is incredible as well. We got detailed backgrounds, we got a lot of beautiful coloring, shading going on, we got special effects for the special attacks they use. There's nothing to dislike actually there. So in that regard, fantastic. And then as far as the sound goes, the seiyuu, the voice actors, do a fantastic job. A very high quality work there, and the music score really supports the whole story, supports the moving moments as well as the action moments, and that's a fantastic soundtrack. It all flows together. It just clicks. It just works. This is a great season in my opinion, even though it's mostly a reissue, but under a different format of the movie Mugen Ressha. I highly recommend everyone to still watch it. Definitely up there in my top 10. And it just makes me want to watch season 3 all that sooner, all that faster. I can't wait to see the rest of this series, because quality-wise and everything starts and stands with the writing, of course. It is fantastic. It is absolutely sublime. There's a little bit of humor in there as well, but just enough, not over the top, just at the right point. You get some chuckles out of it, but most of all, it's incredibly heartfelt, and that's was a strong point of this anime series and this manga as well, I would say, is that the word heartfelt is written all over it. And that being said, I can only recommend you watch it or rewatch it, because this was simply put fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed my review. Look forward to my next review when the next season is out. Thanks for watching. Please, if you liked my commentary, if you liked my review, hit like button and subscribe, of course, so you can keep watching my upcoming content. I really do appreciate all of you, and let's watch some more anime and enjoy ourselves. Take care. See you guys next time. Jane. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell, and sound off in the comments. And hey, while you're here, why not check out another video?